Nobody indeed. What is good? Welcome into Driving the Line. My name is Alan Bell, and we have, well, I believe what experts call a fantastic show lined up for you today. I hope you're having a great Sunday so far. It is the NFL Week 11. Ready to get into it. You know we've got a big one today. Now, before we can get into today's show, obviously, we got to take a look at how we did yesterday. Now, we'll take it, okay? 4-3. I mean, it is what it is. But yeah, Nikola Jokic over 1.5 threes. Got it. UCF, Texas Tech. Texas Tech is an absolute wagon right now. We get the over on that one. South Florida team total. My God, we barely got that one. They scored 38 points. LSU money line. We had to sweat to get that. Fresno State, they handled their business. Ole Miss team total, they got the 34. So we get it in South Florida by the hook. We lose it by the hook on Ole Miss. Texas, Georgia over 48.5. We don't get that. Alabama money line, USC money line. Obviously, Alabama did not win. And shout out to Oklahoma. Money line material just continues to get the job done. It's absolutely incredible, man. Brent, and that kicker that Oklahoma has, this dude is just cold-blooded, ice in the veins. Like, 60-yard field goal, no problem. I'm wearing shorts. It's crazy. But so I say all that to say, okay, 4-3, we'll take it. All right, we'll take it. Anytime that we're ahead, we'll obviously do that. But we didn't have to worry about it with our man Japan last night. Did anybody see our dog getting down in the octagon? Absolutely smoked it. Japan, proud of you, boy. Look at you here. By sub, got him. By KO, TKO, got him. Gets 2 out of 3 on that one. Goes 2 out of 3 on the bottom plays as well. And I apologize. I can't read these names, so trust me. I'm not going to do you any of the dishonor. However, Japan, well freaking done, buddy. Proud of you, man. Good job. Good job. Well done, man. I can't wait for the next one, bro. Great job, man. Matty Ice, what's up, gang? What's up, big dog? How we doing, bro? So good to see you, man. It's so good to see everybody. Hope you're having a great Sunday. It's going to be a great Sunday. Lance said I hit a plus 9949 with his picks. That was me in the Discord last night. Absolutely smoking it like a Sunday brisket. I love it. Love it. Great job, man. Great job. Everybody all around. And that is absolutely what we love to see. So, all right, we're going to get after it, man. It's going to be a great Sunday. Bailey, good morning, AB. My man, mornings are better with you. My brother, let's have a day. Bailey, my mornings are better with you. And I mean that and with every one of you, man. Let's get into it. It's going to be a good day. We'll be live tonight at 7 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Central to break down Sunday Night Football. That's going to be a game. Can't wait to watch it. But we've got all day of the NFL, and we got plenty to get to. Tina said, good morning, AB. Good to see you. Tina, it is an absolute pleasure to see you. I hope you're having a wonderful day. Karen said, hit the like button. Karen, thank you so much for saying that. Yeah, and if you guys could, if you're watching on your phone, just grab the screen, pull it down, hit like, pop it back up. I won't ask you everything else. And Karen, thank you so much for that, and just thank you for being you, every one of you. All right, let's jump into it. Let's get it. It is time for the pick. Okay. All right. So here's what I've got. Well, we're going to go through it. We'll go through all the games. Don't worry. Big Brian said, good morning, AB, our fearless leader. Good morning, Brian. It's so good to see you, brother. So good to see you, man. Hope you're doing. OG, let's get this money, AB. Hey, right here today. Today's the day we do it. Let's get it. All right. So, Japan, dude, 1999 super sticker. Japan, I should be buying you a super sticker, bro. Number one, thank you. Number two, hey, for real, Japan, those picks absolutely smoked it, man. Great job, buddy, and thank you, man. You are the absolute man. Okay, so, Blaze said, first off, Brian, good to see you, man. Second off, you can now wager on college wrestling on DraftKings. I'm taking Nebraska plus 1.5 points over Ohio State. Dude, okay, so this is phenomenal. We need to be talking about this. All right, put a pin in that. All right, so first off, okay, Nebraska, excuse me, I'm sorry. Nebraska plus 1.5 points over Ohio State, college wrestling on DraftKings. And Blade, Uh, would love your thoughts. We won't do it today, but let's talk because this is opening up a whole new market for us that I definitely want to tap into. Yeah, good call, man. All right, Blade, you are the freaking man. All right. Okay, so here's where we're going. Now, we'll go through all the games after the picks. Don't worry. We'll walk through each one of them, drop in your plays, picks, spreads, totals, player props, all of it. We're going to go through it. All right, so first, Davis Mills of the Texans. 1+ pick, -120. I like Davis Mills. I think he's a good quarterback, honestly. I mean, I have nothing against C.J. Stroud. He's obviously not playing today. But Davis Mills is bad. He'll get out there and throw. He's been there. He understands it. He's not going to be nervous. That said, though, they're going to have to throw. And I'm just feeling Tennessee today. Maybe I'm wrong, and I could be, but just feeling it. All right. Blade, we can for sure talk AB. Yeah, I would love your expertise on this for sure. Yeah, that's a great market. Good eye right there. Okay, Sam Darnold to throw a pick. I love the Seahawks. I love everything about the Seahawks. However, we do need to take advantage of when we're going to get Sam Darnold throwing extra, and today could be that day. I mean, Darnold's throwing it regardless. You're going to get your pass attempts, right? And what I'm getting at is that, to throw interceptions, generally, the higher pass attempt total that you have, the more opportunities, right? So Darnold's definitely going to be throwing the ball today. I'm going to roll with him, throw a pick. And I'm going to roll with Patrick Mahomes to throw a pick. Even though I like the Chiefs and nothing against the Broncos either, Broncos have a great defense. And I do think Mahomes is going to be pushing that red line today. So give me Mahomes to throw a pick here. Yeah, -105. Liddy said, I love the Rams AB show. Now, here's the thing. I'm not against the Rams. Oh, that's going to be a fun game. I can't wait. All right. So those are the interceptions. Now, plays we have here. So we got 3 interception plays. Then we got the Titans +7 at home against the Texans. And again, we'll talk more about it. Bucks and the Bills over 47.5. Steelers money line, 49ers money line +130. Packers money line, Chiefs money line -110. And then the Seahawks and the Rams, back to that game again, over 48.5. Excuse me. I'm so sorry. I'm clearing my throat. Rams defense, Lions defense, or Chiefs defense? Interesting. Boogie for the Bills. Excuse me. Keon Coleman and Dalton Kincaid are out. Good look. Great look. And if anybody has any other, injury looks, let me know. Yeah, drop those in, please, for sure. Okay, so sorry, I keep clearing my throat. All right, these are the plays that we have for today. Now we're gonna go through all the games. So again, drop in what you have. And Sundays, yeah, I mean, there's so many games, so many options that we all might have completely different looking sheets, right? But drop them in. And if you're new, let me say real quick, if you are new here, number 1, say hello in the chat. All right. Best crew in the game. Number 2, do not be afraid to drop your picks in the chat. I know the biggest concern is if a pick doesn't hit and you don't want to be that guy. Nobody wants to be the person that, sent a pick that doesn't hit into a text chain with your buddies or into the chat, whatever. What I'm saying is don't worry about that. We're going to have losses. I show you losses every day. We're all good with that. All right. I'll handle that part. You just drop it in the chat. Don't worry for 1 second anymore. If you like the play, drop it in. We're going to talk about it, right? It takes all of us. So let's get into it. And yeah, and again, if you are new, say hello. It'd be good to meet you. All right. Now, before we jump into the games, remember your key numbers in betting the NFL. 3, 14.4%, 6, 7.3%, 7, 9.9%, 10, 4.6%, 14, 5.7%. So, again, remember your key numbers. If you're betting favorites, 3.5 and 3 are a big difference. 6.5 and 6 are a big difference. All right. 7.5 and 7 are a big difference. 10.5, 10, etc. You get where I'm going. So remember your key numbers as we go. And if you need anything, just let me know. Okay. So Panthers and the Falcons. So we have one game in Madrid, Spain playing right now, the Commanders and the Dolphins. And if you guys could keep me updated on that one in the chat. Blade said, AB, do you ever put your picks in a round robin? Sometimes. I don't do it often. I wish I did it more, to be completely honest with you. I'm still kind of working through it of, just how to use the strategy in full. So the answer is yes, sometimes, but not enough, because that's a good betting strategy. Like when you get it figured out like that that path. Yeah. We need to talk on that too. You can teach me a little bit on it, right? But yeah, round robins, you do it right, you can make good money on that one. All right, Panthers and the Falcons, NFC South matchup. Live from Mercedes-Benz Stadium there in beautiful Atlanta, Georgia. No Chick-fil-A today. Falcons a 4-point favorite. Total of 41.5. Pretty low total here. All right, what are you going to get from the Falcons? They're 3-6, 2-2 at home. Man, they're so difficult to find consistency with. And you could say the same thing about Carolina, especially Carolina on the road. Yeah, Blade, I've had great days and some bad days on a round robin. Yeah, no doubt, man. Like, I kind of look at the same way as, like, teasers. Some days you're just reading the teaser right, then other days, man. They always say, like, sometimes you're on the road. Or, yeah, sometimes you're on the road looking at scenery, and sometimes you're in the scenery looking at the road. Yeah, it's tough, man. No doubt. Okay. Yeah, Panthers, like, I don't know. I trust the Panthers weirdly more than the Falcons, even though I think the Falcons overall have the higher ceiling. Atlanta go run the football, I'll tell you that. Big Robert Frazier said, good morning, crew. Morning, buddy. Good to see you, man. Slick Rick, Fun Cannon Jr. Hey, got on that Tennessee, man. Good job, buddy. All right. Bucks and the Bills. All right. So we're on the over in this game. Man, you want to talk about two teams that need to win. Oh, yeah, Roger, good call. Revenge on that 30-0 game. Cyclone says stay away game for Panthers and Texans. Too many unknowns. Agreed. Well, I'm on the Titans side, on that Texans game. But but to your point, I completely agree. Yeah. Yeah. All right. So Bucks and the Bills are on the over. Bucks coming off that loss to the Patriots. Bills coming off the loss to the Dolphins. I mean, the Bills have got to get this damn thing going. I know they got injuries, but 6 though. I mean, does that number feel disrespectful to Tampa? I don't know. Profit Capper repost the stream. Hey, Cap, thank you. For real. It means a lot. Anybody that retweets or reposts these streams, my goodness, thank you. For real. Thank you. It goes a long way. You have no idea. You guys just hitting retweet or something, sharing a stream. Oh my goodness. It goes so far. I appreciate anybody that does that. Thank you very much. Yeah, so the Bucks and the Bills again. I like the over. I don't want to pick a winner here. I mean, because it naturally, you look at this game and in your head, you're thinking, all right, Bills at home, been losing. They're going to turn this thing around. And I don't disagree with that mindset. This is a tough game for Tampa. That said, though, I mean, 6? We'll find out. The books own hotel real estate in Las Vegas. I do not. So, yeah. Rich, I got a buddy who lives in Rochester, New York, and he says it's cold and windy, tough on the passing game. Yeah. All right. So, Rich, first off, I appreciate that. That's great information. Yeah. And Hawk saying the same. How's the weather in Buffalo? Wind, snow. Yeah. So, it looks like it doesn't look like snow. Not going to be cold enough, I don't think. But yeah. Here's the thing, though. What Rich is saying, and same thing that Hawk and Luke are saying, low 40s and winning Buffalo. Give me a team that's used to those elements. Also like Khalil Shakir anytime and or Rashad White anytime. Touchdown. Josh Palmer's back. We get some attention and free space for Shakir. Excellent look and agreed. And Hawk, Luke, Rich, you guys, yeah, I appreciate that info big time. Yeah. And doesn't look like snow, but the wind scares me more than snow. Like I could figure out snow. You know what I mean? And I'm speaking, if I were playing. The wind is a little more difficult. I can't see the wind. Yeah, but Bills scored home. Yeah, Blade right here. Bills have scored 41, 31, 31, and 28 at home this season, and only Baltimore was within 6. It's a great point. And the Bills need it. Need it. Luke, wind 100% worse than snow, especially with how bad kickers have been. Definitely. Wind is brutal. It's so helpful for us in baseball, but in football, oh, dude. Because the problem is that, and this is why notoriously like New York, right? It was always tough, to play in there. Not just New York, but just using that as an example. Because the wind can get down inside the stadium, man. It just swirls, right? And every stadium is different too. But, man, once you start getting wind, it starts whipping. Have you ever open up a window in your house and then you open up one door that's like on the left side of the house, then you open up on the right side, and you could create wind tunnels? That's what can happen in these stadiums, man. And it can get brutal to pass because your accuracy just goes to slaw like that because you throw it, man. But the one thing that does help with that is having a strong arm. All right. Throwing in the wind. If you have a strong arm, again, it doesn't mean that it's going to fix it, but Josh Allen's been throwing in Wyoming winds. He's used to it. He's used to it. You know what I mean? And Baker, yeah, it ain't going to mess. Well, it'll mess with him a little bit, but I mean, Baker's Baker. I ain't sweating him. But that win thing is real, very real. So excellent call by everybody. And Hawk, yeah, a good place to kind of end this game here on this. Win in Buffalo could bring things to a stop. Yes. All right, Texans and the Titans. So, okay, I can actually give you some good information on this game. So we're on the Titans +7. All right, we got that earlier in the week. It's now down to 5.5. So good move, everybody who jumped on it at 7. Good call. All right, so here's what you got in this game. Texans without their starting quarterback, Davis Mills is their QB. Tennessee coming off of a bye week, coming off of the first week all season, honestly, that the Tennessee Titans have had a second to just breathe. Right? Now, doesn't mean that great things are going to happen after those breaths, but I do think that you're going to get a concerted effort today. I've worked for this organization, Houston Football Inc., and that's Tennessee. And the reason that I say that is to say the owner of the Tennessee Titans, Miss Amy Adams Strunk, okay, used to work for her. Well, actually, I worked for her relative, but she was there. It was before she took over ownership. Regardless, when Bud Adams, their patriarch, moved the team from Houston to Tennessee, you can imagine it didn't go over well in Houston. And Houston, I feel you. Houstonians have been riding that family ever since. So what am I getting at is that the owner of the Titans hates everything about Houston. Lives there, but still. We talked about it last time. Brian Callahan, you remember him? We said it on this show. If he gets smoked by Houston, he's fired, and was fired. That's a fact. I am giving you straight up. I've worked for these people. They do not like Houston, period. So, does that mean Tennessee's going to win? No. But if they were ever going to get Houston, it would be today on a backup quarterback playing in Nashville. I'm sitting in Nashville, Tennessee right now. It is stunningly perfect. 65 degrees and sunny. It's awesome outside. It's going to be a great game. So, rolling with Tennessee +7 here. Again, everything I laid out could mean nothing. Houston could come out and smoke Tennessee, and who would it surprise? Nobody, right? But if there were ever a time, if you're risk averse on these bets, stay away, right? But I'm going to take a shot here. All right. Bears and the Vikings. Melanie Sue. Good to see you, Mels. What's up? How are Dolphins doing? Playing in Madrid, Spain. I'm from Madrid. This is not a Madrid accent. What am I doing? Applesauce brain sets in early. All right, Bears and the Vikings. NFC North matchup here. It's going to be a game. Bears 6-3. Vikings 4-5. Caleb Williams versus Yay McCarthy. All right. Not a must win, but kind of. Yeah, No Chill said Russian on vacation. Yeah, exactly. I went way too Russian on that accent, right? Went way too east. Got to keep it in Europe. All right, that's been geopolitical talk. The Bears and the Vikings. Speaking of Spain and Russia. Missed field goal, Miami 6-3. Dang. And Matt, thank you for the update, bro. All right, so man, Brian, a good point here. Bears have played the second easiest schedule in the NFL. Not the Vikings are any good. Yeah, the Vikings have a good defense. And obviously have wide receivers that can stretch the field. And when J.J. McCarthy's on, he's on. I think I'm rolling Bears here, though. I think you give me the Bears +2.5. Yeah. All right, Packers and the Giants. Okay, I have a question for you. If you were the New York Giants, would you offer Lane Kiffin the job? You have his quarterback, Jackson Dart. Would you go after Lane Kiffin or no? I'm fascinated with what happens with Lane Kiffin after this season, but that's for later. For today, guess what you get? There's no Jackson Dart starting quarterback for the Giants today. We get Jameis Winston. And we love Jameis Winston. Matty boy, AB, honestly, when is the last college coach that was the actual answer in the pros? Pete Carroll? Yeah, right? Like, that's why Pete Carroll and Jim Harbaugh, I have so much respect for, because it's two different disciplines, right? It's tough. It's like spitting game and live in person, spitting game in text. It's two different disciplines. But no, man. Yeah, Pete Carroll, Jimmy Johnson, right? Like, there's not a lot. I mean, there are more on the list, obviously. But to your point, Matty boy, I completely agree. Freddie Bear, good morning, DTL family. Let's have a wonderful Sunday. Freddie Bear, absolutely, man. And I'll tell you what, let me throw the picks up here for anybody who may have came in late. Then we'll keep going through the games. All right, Davis Mills, Houston Texans, 1+ interception, -120. Sam Darnold, 1+ interception, plus 100. Patrick Mahomes, 1+ interception, minus 105. Your Tennessee Titans, +7, minus 120. Bucks, Bills, over 47.5. Steelers, money line. 49ers, money line, plus 130. Packers, money line. Chiefs, money line, minus 110. And then Seahawks, Rams, over 48.5. Scotty Too Hotty 808 says, good morning, AB. I don't know where that came from. We're just going across Europe today. All right. Hey, Dennis Erickson. Hey, good pull right there. We're strong, bro. Yeah, I mean, look, Packers coming off that loss to the Eagles. What was it, 10-7? Packers have got to start scoring in the first half. Specifically the first quarter. Got to do it, boys. Here's the problem betting. Like, it's tough to bet a spread or a total because, well, it ain't that tough to bet a total. Jameis Winston's going to be Jameis Winston. Yeah. And Brian said it best. Hard to trust the Packers. I agree. But, man, at some point, right? Some point. Yeah, we'll find out. But Jameis Winston, starting quarterback for the Giants in this game, is going to make it way more fun. But if Russell Wilson comes in, and look, I got nothing against Russ, but it slows to a grinding halt. Bengals and the Steelers. This is a fascinating game. Steelers need to get themselves a dub. They're 5-4, 3-2 at home. Bengals, I mean, they're just having fun. Joe Flacco and the boys out here saying, hey, what can we go out and cook up today? You know what the Bengals are? The Bengals are like, if you woke up, say you had a roommate, right? And you and your roommate woke up, and every day you're like, all right, we got to go make $100 today. That covers us on our food, on whatever we need, right? We have to go make $100. Like, that's the Bengals every Sunday. They're going to go out and try some stuff, right? They're going to be chucking it. They're going to be throwing left, throwing right, throwing deep. They can go for it on fourth downs. They can get after it. Ray Escobar says, Fort Worth in the house. Didn't know you were a homie. Absolutely. Hey, appreciate you. First off. Second off, big shout out right back to you. Yeah, absolutely, man. Fort Worth, definitely. Tarrant County, let's go. Born and bred, Fort Worth, Texas. Big shout out. Man, I got huge love for the Dallas-Fort Worth area. Huge, huge love. Phenomenal people. Ray, it's good to see you. Blade said, my Steelers need this. The only way they make the playoffs will be to win the division. Agreed. And that's a good point. And that's exactly what I'm getting at in this game is that the Steelers need it, right? But here's the problem is that the Steelers, well, not as much this year as it has been because Aaron Rodgers is dealing, right? But with Mel's. But with the Bengals, they're the perfect foil to a conservative type approach team. You know what I'm saying? The Steelers try to win by every margin, you know? Let's be smart, punt the football, field position, kick our field, all that. And again, I'm not saying they don't try stuff. Mike Tomlin, we love him. That being said, though, what do you do if you're the Steelers? You go out and you be aggressive. I would expect the Steelers to have a high pass attempt total. I would expect them to just go. Because if they don't, the Bengals are gonna score. Right? Brian asked, is Jamar Chase going to have 20 catches today? Probably. Right? And again, I'm not putting that against the Steelers. Massive respect. What we're talking about is the same thing the coach has been talking about all week. All right, What the hell are we going to do? Because we know Flacco's coming in and he doesn't have to play by the same rules because they're not expected to win. They're not supposed to win. Mel says, I don't know why AB claims the Titans. Tighten up, baby. We're on the comeback. Not. Yeah, so that's what makes this game fun, is that the Bengals can really change the dynamic for what the Pittsburgh Steelers want to do. But there's a catch-22 with that. Here's the catch-22. If you're the Bengals, you kind of want to keep Pittsburgh in a lull because that could actually be their own downfall. But if you wake it up and Rodgers comes out and just has one of those Sundays, you could be in trouble. This game is fascinating. Steelers minus 5.5, a total. That total of 48.5 is a big total for these two. So going to this one, I would say this. Touchdowns could be tough here, betting wise. I mean, they're always tough. It's like home runs. But player props in this game could be solid. Melanie said, punctuation, very important. Yeah, let me tell you, when you work in a newsroom, it gets beaten into you about pronouns. So, yeah. Player props in this game. I would be careful betting a spread because it is very volatile. And remember, it's a divisional game. It's like fighting your brother or your sister. You know what I mean? You get to fight with family as opposed to just some, rando at the bar. It's different. You know each other. Yeah. So, all right. Have fun with this one, though, because I think player props are going to be solid. Both quarterbacks are not a bad play here. Chargers and the Jaguars. Ooh. All right. This, on paper, doesn't sound fun. This on the field could actually be very fun. These two teams are very similar to each other. Now, the Chargers are obviously better, but they've gone through injuries and whatnot this season. And the Jaguars, they are who they are, but I give them credit for being 5-4. This organization's all over the place and always is and always has been. And I'm not taking a shot at them. Much love to them, right? But, when you're half in London and you're half in Florida, and that's what I get. What I'm getting at is that their schedule's always off. It feels like they're always on the road. So they're at home. Finally. And can I tell you this real quick? Do you want to know why teams play better at home than on the road? Right? Again, stadium, you have to fly to get there. You practice, on someone else's whatever. You do a walkthrough in a hotel, all that kind of stuff. But you want to know the real reason why you just play better at home? Don't overthink it. It's because you sleep in your own bed that weekend. Like, the NFL, they don't, they're not gone all week, but you get what I'm saying. When the weekend comes, and you travel, one team staying in a hotel, which I've stayed in hotels, quite a few of them. They can be comfortable, but they can get annoying. Right? And it's the little stuff. When you're at home, you sleep in your own bed, use your own shower, right? Eat your own food, watch your own TV, wake up with your wife, kids, husband, whatever, right? Like you're with you're in your normal routine, and you're speaking about people who are hyper alpha routine people. You know what I mean? Now, some Mel's, don't they have to stay in a hotel? Some do. College is big on that. The NFL, when you stay at your own house, stay at your own house. Yeah. But again, here's the other thing too. You know what you do? And for anybody that's brand new, I've worked in the NFL. Now, I didn't play in the NFL, but me and the players we park in the same employee parking lot, right? And what I'm getting at is that they pull in like they're just going to work. The same that anybody else did, the same that you all do, we all do all week. You get what I'm saying? You drive to the stadium. You park your car. You go in, go to work, get in your car, and go home. Win or lose. There's just something about being home. You know what I mean? So anyways, it's not a huge thing, but just like those little things in sports absolutely matter. So when you're playing at home and it seems like everybody does play better at home, that's why. You woke up your own bed, took your own shower. You know what I mean? Did some laundry before the game, whatever. Had coffee at your table. Whatever in the world that you start your mornings with, you get to do it at home. Big, small, some people it doesn't matter, but some people it does, right? So if you ever wondered, honestly, that's what it is. Is you just in your normal routine, you know? So anyways, Chargers and Jaguars. And what we're getting at with the Jags is that they're finally playing at home. Feels like they never do. There's a lot of travel here for the Chargers. Again, I don't hate the Chargers on the money line. I would be very careful with the spread. And what you get with these two teams, they're very similar in their approach. And with these quarterbacks, they don't necessarily throw a lot of interceptions. They can. But for the most part, these quarterbacks are actually pretty accurate. They'll fumble, though. If you're looking at defensive props, turnover props, you can definitely get them there. But I'll say this, go back to your key numbers. Liddy, I think you bring up a perfect point. It is hard not to bet a home underdog of 3 points. So we'll keep an eye on that. Seahawks and the Rams run the over in this game. God, this could be an awesome game. NFC West is an absolute just riding a bull, man. Like, it is a fight. I love the NFC West. It reminds me of the SEC West so much. You know, watching like Alabama and LSU and Auburn, keep going down the list, you know, like for years. Like the NFC West reminds me of that. The Seahawks are 7-2. Look, 4-0 on the road, Hoss. This Seattle coaching staff is fantastic. The Seahawks are a really fun team. Great defense. Sam Darnold obviously can go. He's going to throw the ball. They're going to want to run the football too. Now, be careful here. Seattle can deploy multiple running backs. So fantasy-wise, betting-wise, like touchdowns in regards to that, be careful on Seattle. Be careful with Los Angeles because they're as creative as it gets. Matthew Stafford might be the MVP. Sam Darnold might be the MVP. This is just going to be a great game. Hawk says, watch out if Seattle gets to the quarterback without blitzing. Great point. And what Hawk is getting at is that, yeah, if you get to the quarterback without – so, okay, you have 11 people on defense. 11 people on offense, 11 people on defense. And what Hawk is saying, getting to the quarterback without blitzing. So let's say you run a 4-3 defense, okay? 4-3 cover 2 defense, the most standard defense in the NFL. Well, what that means, 4-3-4, okay? So you have 4 defensive linemen, you have 3 linebackers, and then you have 4 secondary players, 2 corners, 2 safeties. It's the most standard basic defense in the NFL. Now, what is a blitz? A blitz is when you have a 4-3 defense. A blitz is when you bring more than 4 to rush the quarterback. You see what I'm saying? So when you do that, the risk is that if you have 4 defensive linemen, 3 linebackers, 4 secondary players, standard is your 4 guys on the defensive line. Then if you start bringing linebackers, say you bring 1, well, that's 5. So now you're bringing 1 additional. Now it's a blitz, okay? But with a blitz means that when you take away we take away a person from, say, the linebackers. So instead of having 3 across, you're bringing 1. So now you have 2 across. So you have to play a little disguise game. You expand your linebackers out so it looks like they're bigger. Like when a bear comes, you put your arms up, right? So you're covering more because now you have to cover a little bit of the flats, and the corners have to do their work too and communicate with the safeties. So what Hawk is saying is that if you could get to the quarterback without having to bring additional defensive players, now you have a strength because you didn't have to bring additional guys. And instead of having 2 linebackers, you now have 3 linebackers. And that's how interceptions happen right there when you overload an area that they are not prepared for. So, as Hawk says, absolutely watch out if Seattle gets to the quarterback without blitzing, because that means they have dudes and additional people that they can, deploy out right there all across the field. So you're going to see one hell of a coaching matchup today. One hell of a coaching matchup. Just the game's going to be great. So anyways, I want the over. I think you're going to see 2 offensive teams that are not afraid to get after defenses like this. So I want the over here. 49ers or Cardinals, another good game, man. All right. 49ers 6-4, 4-2 on the road. Cardinals 3-6. Now they've got Jacoby Brissett at quarterback. 49ers 3.5-point favorite. Okay, look at that 3.5. What we talk about. Okay, so go back here. Look at 3. Look at 4. So when you have 3.5, all right, as a favorite, you now need 4. So you are adding 14.4% additional risk by just playing 3.5 of the 49ers as opposed to 3. So if you ever hear me talk about getting a number down, that's why. 14.4% of all NFL games since 2015 have ended by exactly 3 points. This is a 3-point league. So if you have the 49ers minus 3.5, the book is setting this as a trap. Look above you. You notice that? So the books can tax you in 2 different ways in sports betting. They can tax you with the juice, what you're paying, right? Minus 110, minus 115, minus 120. They can tax you that way. Or they could tax you by throwing on a hook. And that throwing on a hook, the juice looks good, but be careful. Be careful because it can be a trap. Divisional game, total of 48.5. Yeah, I mean, I'm on the 49ers here, but Jacoby Brissett can play. Junkie, what up, fam and AB? What's cooking, man? What is good, baby? How we doing? Mel said, anyone like Romeo Doubs or Theo Johnson, anytime touchdown? Junkie said, Doubs, anytime. Let's go. Big Jeff, how we doing, brother? All right. Ravens and the Browns. Here, let me put the picks back up again real quick. Davis Mills, Texans, 1+ pick, minus 120. Sam Darnold, Seahawks, 1+ pick, plus 100. Patrick Mahomes, 1+ pick, minus 105. Titans, +7. Bucks and the Bills, over 47.5. Steelers money line, 49ers money line, plus 130. Packers money line, Chiefs money line, minus 110. And the Seahawks and the Rams over 48.5. Mel's also asked Jalen Naylor, anytime touchdown. What do you think? Martez, good morning. Good morning, buddy. So good to see you. Scotty said, Ricky TD. Let's go. Man, let's get it. All right, so Ravens and the Browns. Another divisional game. Who's going to win the AFC North? Now, how's Tizzle doing? Jonathan Cooper, let's have a day, AB. Coop, what is good, brother? Man, let's have a day indeed. So good to see you, bro. So good to see you. Ravens, Browns, low scoring. Yeah, okay, so let's talk about it. So this game is fascinating. Number one, the Browns became the Ravens, so that's kind of fun. That was the dorkiest thing I've ever said. Okay, Ravens 7.5. You seeing this? 7.5. Go back to your key numbers. They do this on purpose. I agree with the low scoring. Like, you've got good on good, meaning the Ravens offense is good. The Browns defense is good. I don't know how it's going to be on the other side because the Browns offense isn't that good, but the Ravens defense isn't that good. Aaron said, love these plays today. Let's go have a day, fellas. Absolutely, Bailey. Let's get it. Luke said, this Chiefs game might as well be the regular season Super Bowl. If KC loses, the kingdom will have officially fallen. They need to win it. They need to win it. Let's talk about it. Chiefs and the – yeah, so real quick, Ravens and the Browns. We'll talk about it for just a second. Ravens, 7.5-point favorite. That total's 37.5. Now, you're going to have some wind. It's 43 degrees, though, so, don't worry about, the cold, any of that. But that is a low total. Hawk, good info here. Browns covered 3 of 4 at home this year. Great look, bro. Yeah, and if anybody ever has stats, info, drop those in. Absolutely good information, man. Matty Boy Tizzle put out a bet earlier this week for Cleveland, Baltimore. Longest field goal under 49.5. Can't even play it now. Wind is gusting there. Yeah. Nice. God, I love this crew so much. This crew just absolutely smokes it. And what they also do, hit it. Okay, there we go. We've got a showdown here. A little saddle up, Hoss. All right, Japan and Liddy. 7 points. There we go. I love it. Hawk, this game is huge for Kansas City. Enough people talking about that. It's massive. Massive. Which is why I want Mahomes to throw a pick. Also, have the Chiefs win in the game in a money line parlay. However, Denver's 8-2. 5-0 at home. Anybody betting the Broncos, I get it. Okay, now here's what we have to figure out with Denver. What is going on with the offense? Okay? And again, not approaching any of it negatively. Approaching it as we would if we were a coaching staff coming in to dissect, right? The problem with the Broncos. Okay, do you guys mind if I do one more little X's and O's thing real quick? The problem with the Broncos is this, and every team has problems. We're not coming at Denver, but the issue with Denver is it looks like paper, but it looks like the offense and Bo Nix is back in the pocket, and he's taking time, right? And it looks like he freaks out and he gets sacked, which is what's happening. It looks that. The problem really is that there's zero separation from the wide receivers, okay? So when Nix is in the pocket, okay, gets a snap, he's in the pocket, and he's looking around, and he's going through. And when you see a quarterback, okay, take any quarterback you like. When you see a quarterback, yeah, Michigan. Yes, sir. So you see a quarterback, you see him, kind of doing that. Obviously, he's scanning the field, but he's going through progressions because you could have your number one read is a slant to the left. So you snap it and you look to the left. That's your number one look. He's covered. Okay. Now we got to go to number two. Number two is, button hook, inside, whatever, a hitch. Okay. Number two on the right side, he's covered. He's out of the play. Now, as a quarterback, when you get to your third read, that's when you're just looking to get the ball the hell out of your hands and to anybody or throw it away. So you see a running back that kind of, wheels out, and you see the dump down, right? And the quarterback literally just drops it in. That's your third read. And if that's not there, you throw it away. So the problem with Denver is that no one is open. No one. So Knicks is, there's nowhere to go. And you only have 2.5 to 2.8 seconds in the pocket before, right? So that's the issue with Denver, is that it's not the only thing, and every team has these. I'm not coming at Denver, but that's theirs, is that they have got to figure out a way to get wide receivers open, because this team scarily, and that's not even a word, they're 8-2 and can get so much better. That's how good this defense is. So if you're the Chiefs, kind of what Hawk was talking about in the chat, of if you could get pressure without having to blitz and bring additional bodies, oh my goodness. But the key is the blitz worth it? Because if you can just man up or zone up, whatever you want to call it, and just guard their defenders or guard their receivers, tight ends, etc., that's what we call a coverage sack. Give us a 3-step drop back. Hold on. I can't even do it in here. Ooh. I almost tripped over the chair. Yeah, so that's the issue. Can Denver get open? Because if Denver can get receivers and tight ends and running backs open, look out. If you're betting props, I will tell you 3 things to watch out for. Number 1, holding calls. Watch out for holding calls, offensive line. That's where they happen. Number 2, do you know how you open up? All right, the passing game, you got to throw it deep, all right, to move the secondary back, and you got to run the quarterback. Bo Nix today, running the football, could be huge. And could be the same way on the other side with Patrick Mahomes. Because that Denver defense is very for real. Yeah. So anyways, yeah. Liddy, AB, we need you on my flag football fantasy squad. Let's go, bro. All right. So yeah, that's gonna be a game. That's AFC West. I mean, it's divisional. God bless. Maddie said, I hope both teams lose. All right, and then we'll break this game down tonight. Lions and the Eagles. But going into it, the Lions, Dan Campbell's taken over play calling duties, and it worked last week pretty damn well. Yeah, that Lions game tonight is going to be a good one. Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. Oh, I love watching both. Well, I don't know if I love watching the Eagles. I love what the Eagles represent. It's not the prettiest thing in the world, but that's just from a betting perspective. From a football perspective, Eagles some hosses. They some bullies. But so's Detroit. Dan K. Detroit ain't scared of nothing. And not that anybody in the NFL is, right? But you get what I'm saying. Detroit wants all the smoke. This game, if you're somebody who likes just alpha on alpha, this is your spot. I love it. Apex predators on both sides. Let's go. This is like when we get orca versus orca, lion versus lion. You know what I mean? Yeah. So we'll break it down more. The Eagles are 2.5-point favorite. This is one of those to where either way sounds good, right? Like you could sit here and say, you're going to give me the Eagles at home under 3, all in. Or you could say, you're going to give me Detroit with points? Okay, all in, right? Like any way you look at this game, it can make sense. So what I mean by that is, and we'll break the game down in complete full tonight at 7 p.m. Eastern right here on Driving the Line. What I mean by that is that this is a volatile game. It can go in a lot of different ways. And remember what Philly does. They boa constrictor. They just choke out games, man. They won last week with nobody doing anything. They're getting stronger out here adapting. Nah, man, it's going to be one hell of a game. So if you are looking to get early bets in on this one, I don't hate interceptions, actually. Yeah, I don't hate it at all. Well, I see my name on the club sheet tonight. Justin Fields' first touchdown score on Monday. It's already there. Hell yeah, you will. Yeah, so I don't hate interceptions for either quarterback. I think they're going to have to throw. Well, when we say have to, I mean, we know Detroit wants to come in and throw. Yeah, I mean, yeah. Junkie said, hard to see Goff throwing a pick. Agreed, right? And you could also say the same thing on Jalen. These two teams are tough teams to bet at times, especially going against each other, because you're getting good on good and good on good, meaning good offense versus a good defense and a good defense versus a good offense the other way. It's going to be a fun game tonight. Great player prop game. Great player prop game. Great game for running back player props. Jahmyr Gibbs, Dave Montgomery, Saquon Barkley, Jalen Hurts. Great game for rushing props. Okay. All right. Let me get the picks back up here. We'll get out of here. I know that we've been going for an hour now. And it's NFL Sunday. I don't want to keep you. Davis Mills, 1+ interception, -120. Sam Darnold, 1+ interception, +100. Patrick Mahomes, 1+ interception, -105. Titans +7. Bucks Bills over 47.5. Steelers money line, 49ers money line +130. Packers money line, Chiefs money line -110. And the Seahawks Rams over 48.5 at -115. AB, which quarterback is the hardest to handicap interceptions for? Great question. Jalen Hurts is definitely up there. Jalen Hurts is brutal because how many times are they going to throw it? A big thing going into any of like the planned interception props is the amount of, pass attempts, obviously. And number two, how aggressive that the quarterback is in the offense and how aggressive the team is. So it's funny that it's a great question. So it's funny that you bring this up because a lot of times, like when we have these on Sundays, like in our Sunday shows and we have multiple like teams and interception people to pick from, a lot of times we pick really good quarterbacks, and you look at it and you're like, Sam Darnold and Patrick Mahomes, Jared Goff, we don't have Goff on there, but we were just talking about it, that I don't hate that play. It's often the good quarterbacks, actually. Patrick Mahomes has been an interception machine, and you wouldn't think it because they do so much winning, but it's just part of the offense. Like, you're going to take some of the risk with all of the good, right? But where it gets difficult is when they don't throw all that much. Then you could have a quarterback that's terrible, but if he only throws it 21 times, you just don't have the opportunities, right? So like that Jets game the other night, Justin Fields, that's difficult. We couldn't even do one. Jalen Hurts is very difficult because a lot of times they just don't need the pass game. And there's another thing too. With the pass game, you could have a quarterback like Jalen who could throw it 26 times in a game, but every pass was 4 yards. No risk, right? So that's another thing. Jordan Love can be difficult at times because Justin Herbert is very difficult. Trevor Lawrence is very difficult. Trevor Lawrence is a very rhythmic quarterback. He gets in rhythms. And the Jaguars go through the years. It could be one of their terrible teams with nobody out there. And they're certainly not winning games, right? And he's not throwing picks. Now, he'll fumble. But yeah, he's very difficult. Justin Herbert's difficult. Dak Prescott, great call, Bailey. Absolutely. Dak Prescott's a great quarterback, and Dak Prescott's a hell of a quarterback. I'm not saying that he's legacy quarterback, but look across the NFL. You want to know the most difficult job on planet Earth by per capita? An NFL starting quarterback. There are 32 of these people on planet Earth. And look around. There's not a big depth chart of quarterbacks. Look around when teams need a backup. That available list starts to shrink real quick, doesn't it? There are only so many of these people on Earth that fit this mold. That's why quarterbacks get paid the way that they do, because there's 30 of them on the Earth. They don't just make these people, right? So, yeah. Tina said, I just saw an article that said Dak is the most overrated quarterback. Look, that argument can be made. Now, I don't know about most, right? Like if I was the writer, I don't know if I would say most, but the overrated part, that's what also makes these conversations so difficult to have. Like, what do you do with a Dak? Because he's going to have numbers. Already does. But he's a great quarterback to bet on, just because you get a huge you get a huge amount of volume. Best job's a third string quarterback, absolutely. You know why? Because you are an insurance policy. They need you healthy because they might need you on the field. Yeah, that's a great job. Feed you well. Dude, you get all kinds of team gear, clothes, all that, you know what I mean? Like all that little, like, you paid well. Oh man. You're in perfect shape, living life. It's a great job. Hell yeah, it is. Luke said, AB, we just got back from Nashville last week. I didn't clue you were down there. Nephew did a movie down there. If you could only imagine, too. A lot of Christian films made down there. Hoping to come back. Oh, man, Luke, that is awesome. Yeah. Oh, my goodness, man. Definitely wish we could have hooked up for sure. And Nephew did a movie. Dude, that's so cool. I would love to hear where the filming locations were. And yeah, Nashville, obviously the Music City, right? But there's a lot of filming stuff. There's a lot of filming that's obviously done in the state of Georgia and Atlanta too. So you get a lot, kind of that mixture that you can pop from Nashville to Atlanta 3 hours. Hit a lot of different scenes. I'm talking out loud. That's really cool though. Yeah, I'd love to hear more. And dang, yeah, I wish we could have met up for sure. But yeah, that's awesome, man. Luke, good to see you. And big shout out to your nephew. That's really cool. Yeah, I would love to hear where the filming locations were. Would love to see it. Yeah, Wayne, another part. Dak may be considered overrated because of the contract Jerry gave him. Yeah, that's a good point too. And it. Liddy said. Oh, that made me laugh. That made me pop. Yeah, y'all done a few films. Oh, that made me laugh. Luke, dude, that's super cool, man. Yeah, I'm so interested now of where, because the location could be somewhere like, scenic outdoors, or it could be this scene is an office building. This scene is in, a school, whatever. Yeah, so fascinating. That's super cool. I love that stuff. Yeah, what was I just talking about? Oh yeah, quarterbacks. Yeah, Junkie, can we put together a TD parlay? Yeah, we can do that. Let me bring the games up. All right, let me do the picks real quick, then we'll do it. All right, Davis Mills, interception. Sam Darnold, interception. Patrick Mahomes, interception. Davis Mills of the Houston Texans. Darnold of the Seahawks. Patrick Mahomes of the Chiefs. Titans +7. Bucks, Bills over 47.5. Steelers money line. 49ers money line +130. Packers money line. Chiefs money line -110. Seahawks, Rams over 48.5. Okay. Touchdown parlays. All right, so I'm just gonna walk through, like, just kind of naming folks that I'd like. And yeah, I mean, you guys obviously do the same, please. And then we'll see if anybody can put them together for us. We'll drop the odds in the chat. All right. Bijan Robinson. What are you doing with Bucks Bills? Is anybody taking Josh Allen? Anybody going Josh Allen to throw a pick? Anybody going Josh Allen to score a touchdown? Liddy McCaffrey and Josh Jacobs touchdown parlay. Nice. Texans Titans. I would be careful. I don't know if I would play any touchdown. If you're putting in a parlay, I don't like. I'm not saying there won't be points in this Texans Titans game, but I wouldn't be parlaying anything from this. James Cook, Brian, good call. Okay. Junkie defense TD might not be a bad look. Yeah, right. That might be the best look. Debo just score. Matty boy, there you go. Yeah, Tyler Algier. Great point here. Yeah, Tyler Algier from the Falcons. It's a good look. Tina, there we go. Woohoo. That's awesome. All right. Yeah, Packers and the Giants, Josh Jacobs. Okay, sorry. Bears and the Vikings, right? I don't know on the Bears and the Vikings. Where would you go here? Debo Samuel with the tutty. Williams TD, he likes to run. Justin Jefferson, yeah. Chalk, yeah. Aaron Jones, Brian, good call. Bengals and the Steelers. What the hell do you do with the Steelers here? Is there anyone on the Steelers that you would bet on a touchdown that you're putting in a parlay? That's the problem. Is that the team that's the favorite and a total in the game getting close to 50, and I'm scared as hell on the Steelers side. Yeah, Jalen Warren, Roman Wilson. Yeah, getting these in the chat. Yeah, for sure. Chase. Yeah. Chase or Higgins. Good call. Yeah, you guys are right on this. Yeah, be careful. Man, there are so many different paths this game can go. Right. Japan said Pat Fryermuth. Here we go. Chargers and the Jaguars. Lad McConkey. Kamani Vidal. Yeah. Touchdowns and Chargers, Jaguars scares me. Keenan Allen. Yeah. Drop your thoughts in the chat on that one. That's tough. Yeah, Cyclone. Kamani Vidal. Yeah. Liddy, is this still raining in LA? It's pouring rain here. My dogs really don't care. They want out. Yeah, they want to go. They're like, yeah. They're like, come on, Dad, where's your fur? You're good. Yeah, be careful in this Chargers Jaguars game with touchdowns. Again, Lad McConkey, but be careful. Just be careful. Seahawks Rams, don't be careful. You looking to pay something off today? Hey, who's tired of having a car note? No, I'm just kidding. There's a chance that this game has 100 points scored in it. There's also a chance it has 13. But if we do get the game script from Seahawks Rams that I think that we do, oh God. It could be glorious. Jackson Smith, I mean, just keep going down the list on each side. Run game, pass game. Figure out where field goals are in this, if there are any. But, yeah, this could be a good one. 49ers and the Cardinals. Christian McCaffrey. The 49ers are tough because they, even when they're banged up, they still have a lot of names. George Kittle, as Brian says in the chat. Yeah. Now, the Cardinals, they're no Marvin Harrison Jr., right? Or is he playing? Well, I guess inactives aren't out. Yeah, inactives won't be out till this afternoon. Yeah, Junkie, here's the thing, man. It says every time I bet Christian McCaffrey fails. Yeah. That's what's tough about San Francisco is that even when they're banged up to hell, which is every year, they still have so many names that can score. And they don't necessarily always score / have to score a ton of points. You get what I'm saying? The 49ers can be a bit of a mirage in the desert. Like you see, it looks it looks like a big thing of water, right? Like promised land with so many great names. But the defense, they win with defense. So yeah, it can be frustrating, man. It's kind of like the Eagles. Betting the Eagles are frustrating. Doesn't mean we're negative on the team by any means, but not an easy team to bet. And that being said, there could be no defense played in this game. None. However, you do have to worry about it. So, Ravens and the Browns. I don't know if there's anybody for the Browns I would be betting. Derrick Henry, Mark Andrews. I wouldn't overthink it. Cooper with a great look here. Brock Purdy to throw an interception. First game back in a few games. Great look. That's a great call. That's betting right there. That's a professional bettor right there. That's a good call, dude. Great look. Great look. Ravens and the Browns. Yeah, again. Derrick Henry, Mark Andrews, Lamar Jackson, honestly. I don't go crazy, parlay wise, but yeah, you got a couple options here. I don't know if I'd be including anybody from Cleveland there. Chiefs and the Broncos. I don't know what I'd be doing with the Broncos. No J.K. Dobbins. bet Travis Kelce? Xavier Worthy? Where you going here? Chiefs can be tough to bet, touchdown wise. A lot of people who can score a touchdown for that team. Yeah, keep it simple. It's good defense too. Kansas City on the road. Be careful. Then the good God. All right, the Lions and the Eagles. Jahmyr Gibbs, David Montgomery, Amon-Ra St. Brown. Saquon Barkley, Jalen Hurts. Hang tight. Let me plug in the battery. I mean, we'll talk about it more tonight, but if you're looking. Sorry. If you're looking to get some, something in on Sunday Night Football way early, yeah, Jahmyr Gibbs, David Montgomery, Jalen Hurts, Saquon Barkley. Start there. Then work yourself out. Okay. All right. That's a great question. I love doing exercises like that. Anytime you'll ever want to do those, I'm definitely in. All right. Davis Mills pick, Sam Darnold pick, Patrick Mahomes pick, Titans +7, Bucks Bills over 47.5. Steelers money line, 49ers money line, Packers money line, Chiefs money line, Seahawks Rams over 48.5. Okay. All right, we'll get out of here. We'll be live tonight at 7 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Central for Sunday Night Football breaking down. Yeah, Jug, I love that segment too. Great. Anytime we ever want to do stuff like that, I'm for sure in. Yeah, I love it. Okay, 7 p.m. Eastern tonight, we'll be breaking down Lions at the Eagles. Going to be a huge one. But until then, it's going to be a huge Sunday. So everybody, best of luck. Let's cash these tickets, and we will see you tonight. Thanks. Who's got it better than us?